Welcome to Binge America. How much do you know about the electric vehicle? Electric vehicle, EV sales have skyrocketed since 1999, when the U.S. Department of Transportation reported that only 17 hybrid electric vehicles were sold. Look even further back in the rearview mirror, and you'll find that the story of EVs is much more complicated. In 1900, 10 years after the first EV appeared in the U.S., EVs were a common sight, accounting for nearly 1 out of every 3 cars on the road. Last year, roughly 17,000 plug-in cars were sold in the United States, more than were sold in any year since the very early 1900s. So in this video, we are going to tell you about 10 facts about electric vehicles. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Fast chargers aren't that much quicker. How fast an EV charge depends on the car and the charging station. The more power flowing into the batteries, the faster they will charge. RACV has invested in Electric Vehicle Network ChargeFox to build Australia's largest ultra-rapid electric vehicle charging system entirely powered by renewable energy, which can provide up to 350 kilowatts of electricity. While the Mercedes-Benz EQC, which is limited to 110 kilowatts, is currently the only EV on the market that can accept that rate of charge, this extra capacity will cater to future EVs. For now, the Mercedes-Benz EQC would take roughly 40 minutes to charge from 10% to 80% at an ultra-rapid electric vehicle charger, such as the one in Barnawartha North, for example. However, charge the same car at ChargeFox's plugs at the Cunningham Pier in Geelong, and you're looking at almost 8 hours. That's because the Cunningham Pier charger feeds in an AC current of 22 kilowatts, but the EQC is limited to an AC charge power of 7.4 kilowatts. Number 9. EVs will help you generate bigger savings. Perhaps the greatest hindrance when it comes to the efficient transition towards electric vehicle use is the cost. In the Philippines, electricity costs from 11 pesos to 12 pesos per kilowatt hour. Compare this to the average cost of gasoline at 53 pesos per liter. So if you happen to own an electric vehicle that has a range of 300 kilometers for a single charge and a battery capacity of 40 kilowatt hours, it will cost you just 147 pesos for your all-electric car to move at a distance of 100 kilometers. Yet, a gasoline car of the same size would need 7 liters of gasoline and would cost about 53 pesos per liter or 371 pesos on a 100-kilometer run. See the difference? This will add up to your savings of over 224 pesos per 100 kilometers, or 6,720 pesos a month in refueling costs, especially if you are driving it at 100 kilometers a day. You might as well anticipate that the next generation of EVs will help you save even more. Number 8. Battery life. While the overall maintenance of an electric car is minimal, the biggest expense lies in the battery. The array of power cells that make up a typical lithium-ion battery is complex, and the main reason for the high cost of electric cars. The typical lifespan of an electric car's battery is approximately 8 years or 160,000 kilometers. As with any electrically charged device, a battery gradually loses its ability to hold a charge, eventually fading and needing to be replaced. But battery prices have decreased dramatically over the years and may continue to do so as the technology advances. Number 7. Electric cars have multiple benefits. By choosing to drive an EV, you are helping to reduce harmful air pollution from exhaust emissions. An EV has 0 exhaust emissions, but still creates a degree of greenhouse gas emissions when it is charged from the electricity grid. They provide a quieter ride with less air pollution. They are also less costly to operate, something to keep in mind if your favorite electric car falls slightly out of your budget range. Electric cars should be more reliable since they have fewer parts. And while the idea of an electric car may seem new, in reality, they have been around for nearly 150 years. On a national level, EVs can help with Australia's liquid fuel energy security. At present, Australia is highly dependent on other countries for petroleum imports. Number 6. Better to charge at the end of a journey. Like us, electric car batteries are at their best when they're warm. Not too hot, not too cold, just nicely warm. If you rock up to a rapid charger at the start of your journey, your pack may not be warm enough to take full power, which means it will take longer to charge. To prevent this and ensure that you charge at the fastest possible rate, either precondition your battery before the journey starts, via an app, or by pre-programming your car with a departure time, or opting to charge towards the end of your journey. By charging after your car's warmed up, your battery pack will be at the perfect temperature and will be able to charge up at the maximum possible rate. Number 5. EVs are not for everyone. Plug-in cars are not for everyone. They still cost more than gasoline competition, though their running costs are far lower. And the limited range of battery electric cars make them impractical for households with only a single vehicle. Range-extended electrics and plug-in hybrids solve that problem, but the complexity of 2 powertrains plus the pricey battery pack makes them more costly than regular hybrids. Potential buyers should consider 2 factors: range and climate. If the miles you cover each day in your car are highly valuable, electric cars may cause more range anxiety than if you commute the same predictable daily distance. If you drive much more than 60 miles round trip during a day, a battery electric like the Leaf won't do it. Hybrid owners in cold climates already know their gas mileage goes down each winter. Electric cars exhibit the same pattern. Batteries are pretty much like humans. They like to live around 70 degrees. If it's a lot colder, they're simply not able to deliver as much power. Worse, it takes a lot of battery energy to heat the cabin in winter, though a bit less to run seat heaters, which is how electric car designators try to keep occupants comfortable without having to warm up the entire interior. In early years, most plug-ins will likely be sold to affluent buyers who have 2 or 3 cars in the household, and a disproportionate number of them will live in California. Number 4. Biden is charging ahead with a charging infrastructure. Espousing enthusiasm for the EV industry during his presidential campaign, President Biden further demonstrated his zeal in January when he announced his desire to transition the government's fleet of internal combustion vehicles to EVs. But that's far from the only signal that the Oval Office is fond of the prospect of EVs. In early March, Biden also set a goal of deploying 500,000 charging stations throughout the country. His $3 trillion infrastructure plan, the specifics of which was released, further detailed the development of the EV charging station infrastructure. Number 3. They take a long time to charge. It depends on the power of the charging station, how much electricity the car can accept, and the ambient temperature. Batteries don't like extreme heat or cold. 20 to 25 degrees is considered ideal. So in certain circumstances, the car's computer will reduce how much charge the car can accept. Further complicating things is the throttling back of charging power as the battery approaches its maximum levels, something controlled by software in order to prolong the life of the battery. That's why many brands quote charging times for an 80% fast charge. The 80% charge can be done at full power, but beyond that, it may take an hour or more to top up the last little bit. Number 2. EVs require low maintenance. Apart from tires and wiper blades, all EVs need minimal maintenance, and this allows customers to save more money during the entire lifespan of the car. Under the hood, an electric car's motor contains a couple of moving parts. An internal combustion engine contains hundreds, so there's not much there that needs repairing or replacing. Furthermore, an electric car's brake pads tend to last longer due to the use of regenerative braking that converts the braking energy into power and is stored in the battery. Ultimately, it is the external parts of a car, such as the tires and windscreen wiper blades, that would need replacing before any of the internal parts need attention. And even then, replacing these is a relatively simple exercise. Moreover, the brake pads are long-lasting in EVs, since they utilize regenerative braking to decelerate. This serves as a means of transferring the energy utilized to lessen the speed of the vehicle into power stored in its battery. Number 1. Gas tanks go empty, batteries go dead. This fact has resulted in much range anxiety about prospective electric car buyers, and in fact, has also contributed to the popularity of hybrid cars. But just like other batteries, car batteries can be recharged. It is generally recommended that electric cars be plugged in overnight for a full charge, but charging stations are beginning to be put into place that would allow an electric car to become charged in as few as 20 minutes. Though there is concern the quick charge doesn't last as long as an overnight charge. Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.